right? I don't know how he's gonna come. See that? From here, I'm moving down. This knee is going, I'm gonna hurt him going down on his toe, on his foot. This foot is coming back. Going down. This one is going into the groin. This one comes up. This one breaks his knee. Watch him up there. Push. Did that answer the question? Somewhat.
I think that you can never lose sight of those things. I think that it would be okay to lose sight of self-defense before you lose sight of the divine virtues.
Well, now we're going to, we talking about divine virtues, we talking about a higher level of martial arts. Remember the martial arts, you have the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. That's a whole different, now we're talking about a whole different ballgame.
There should never be a distinction between the three.
Well, the three, you have to start at the low level of the three. You start physically. When people come in the dojo, they come in on the physical. Most of the people ain't gonna be in shape. So they gotta get themselves physically in shape just to go through the training program. You know, and then once they master that mental stage, that's the stage when they already been. We say the physical stage is the stage of ignorance, right? Because you don't know nothing when you come in. You're ignorant, right? Almost 60 or something years ago, I was ignorant. Right? That's I got in there. I was crying and saying, what I got myself into. You say those things, but you don't know. So that's the time has passed. You now have mastered the state of ignorance. Right? You don't want to be demonstrating nothing to nobody. You don't even want to hurt nobody. You know? But man has made the progress. And if a man, and if somebody steps in from you that's ignorant, you know how to deal with that, doesn't it? Because you already mastered that state. So you have to drop back down to that stage, you know how to deal with himself and yourself better than they know how to deal with you. So this is what we do now. When you disturb the stage, that's a whole different stage altogether. Because now we're talking about what? Being dedicated and faithful to your Creator.
I have to bring up, during our conversation, I talked to Grandmaster about this. One of the things you said that bothered me about you, two things that really bothered me. You said all of the martial arts, you said you've been through them all, Shotokan, Tai Chi Chuan, and you named a bunch of them. Been through them all, but and you've given a special gift, they're crap compared to what you're doing. I had a problem with that, and I had a problem with when you said, I don't want to misquote you. Let's just deal with that first. I'll deal with the other thing that you said. But I had a problem with you saying all other martial arts.
And I actually didn't, my exact words were, I dispensed with the harder styles because I feel the softer styles are more effective.
How can you get to soft without learning hard? Because if I'm not mistaken, soft is once you get to soft, you've already gone through the hard to develop to get on that level. Nobody starts out as, let me give you an example. Let me just give you an example. When these guys came in as white belts, when I came in as a white belt, when I first started martial arts, we learned real hard. Everything was hard. But if you see him do his martial arts, you'll never see that. You'll see him do something like this, and the dude's over there, they'll fly. That's the level of soft. Nobody walks into martial arts soft. So how do you explain that?
Maybe I'm using the wrong word. The distinction I'm trying to say this, that your styles like your karate, your taekwondo, things that and like I said, this was my distinction of hard and soft, and I tried to clarify this then, is the distinction between styles that are built and based on striking and hard strikes and hard blocks, and even the motions you showed that you said he would do, while done softly, are hard motions, are motions that are being done to bring about a cessation, an ending, a cease. Whereas a style that focuses more on a continuation and a flowing, I find is more effective. And do you need to learn how to stop to learn how to start? That's not necessarily.
But I tell you what Dr. Moore followed. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. He said, how can you ask a man to be rigid when he flows like a stream? So it's fluidity, being able to flow, is the concept you're talking about. And I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. And you see a lot of karate styles, and it's only because they don't have the inner knowledge of that system.
So, so we should be fostering that ability. And I apologize for cutting off, but you said you had a big problem with it, and your teacher agrees with you.
Not in the context in which you're saying.
But that's
he agrees with something that you're saying, but not. I understand what he's saying. I don't think you understand what he's saying.
But let me be clear. Even if you feel that your system is better than any other system, I would be wrong with that. No, I'm saying if you, because I got one of the great masters, Bruce Lee. He come do, you know. He felt, you know, that he had, like he said, it had been an evolvement, martial had to evolve, right, to where he, really, if you look at him, he's the father of mixed martial arts. Because he said, why get stagnant here, and get stagnant here, and get stagnant here? We're not going to take the best there and best there, and what makes it work for me. If you know, none of his students are like him.
No,
right? But the concept that he taught, he was able to perpetuate that, keep that going. So it's all right for a person to feel that they're the best, as long as they're not braggadocious with it.
And one of the second part of what I said I disagree with you on, this is where we started going back and forth. I said we don't teach people of low moral character. A person that wants to use what they're learning to go out and rob people and murder people and use it for purposes that it wasn't intended for. And you said what? You totally disagree with me.
I said, what do you do with that person of low moral character? If you remember, that was
We're not going to teach them.
You said you deny them.
We'll deny them entry into this school. We've had somebody come to us and say, yo, show me how to break somebody's neck. That's what I want to learn. Yeah, we're not teaching you that. That's what you come in here. That's what you want to know, how to kill somebody? Now, with that being said, Sanukas, if you are blessed to be able to learn Sanukas and the teacher takes you in, you do learn to inflict debilitating injuries and injuries that could possibly cause death. But you must be of a moral character that you want to use this not to go out and inflict pain and hurt people. You're using it for righteous reasons. My teacher, before he accepts a student, he got to get to know you. You just don't get to walk through the door. He came to my house. He sat with my family. He talked to people about me. Like, that's...
Well, I also fully believe that a teacher is responsible. When a teacher accepts a student, they accept responsibility for that student.
But you said you would. You said that what we're doing is wrong, and we should teach people of low moral character.
And I'm saying, yes. Because doctors aren't needed where people are healthy. They're needed where people are sick.
So you have the right to say that because you may feel that you can make a change in that person's life and bring them from a negative position in life to a positive. So I see your point. But in this school, I have 3 rules. Rule number 1, you do not teach strangers. Number 2, you do not teach evildoers. Number 3, you do not teach the weak. Those are the 3 rules that I have. And this pertains to
Define weak.
weak. who's scared, someone who has no tenacity, no courage. They don't have no courage or tenacity. So you get that person out there, they have no heart. Have no heart.
So what's to become of them?
Well, they have to go, well, I would say some doctors say, I think doctors say this, you have to go to Emerald City and find with the bond. Get some courage. There's some things you cannot, there's some students that you really, every teacher cannot teach every student.
No, well,
So what I would do, I would recommend them to go to somebody who I know, a teacher that probably can help that student. Because number one, if he's weak, you show him something going here, he'll do it. I had to do that. I had to come in one day, I told him not to do something, and he's I can do it. Jumped up and the ambulance had come and carry him out. The weak is those who want to hold you back. Because why? They don't have the courage to, number one, they don't have the tenacity to train the way you need to train in this, because this was coming out this dose. They don't have that. And you can see that in some people. Now, sometimes I'll take a chance. Little Alexander, 5 years old, came to my dojo. I don't teach children 5 years old. His mother pleaded me, please, he's exceptional. Oh, please. And I looked at him. I said, okay, I'm giving him a shot. Now he looked at me, and he was when he first came to the dojo. He urinated on my floor, he was so scared. Right? But he became one of the strongest warriors that I had. Right? So sometimes I will make an exception. But on the majority of the time, I'm doing what I feel from that feeling I get from that person.
What is your issue with teaching children?
I don't have an issue with children. People say I listen to me teach because I teach them everything. Gun defense, night.
Well, you said you normally wouldn't teach a 5-year-old.
5 years, yeah. Because I'm gonna let the babysit.
It's like a college teacher wouldn't teach a middle schooler.
Sometimes people like to drop their children on you so you can babysit. My school's not like that.
You are correct, but in this field, that doesn't apply.
How? If it's on a higher level.
We're life teachers. It's not something that you say, well, you're too rudimentary or elementary, so you are beneath my teaching. No, never.
Well,
or at least that's where, again, we differ.
Right, you got some teachers that feel that way. And even people who teach Kung Fu, they feel that way. I've seen that.
Oh, so listen, if you're familiar with the community, I don't know if you're familiar, he's around here, he's famous. Reverend John D. Willott, Grandmaster of Golden Lotus Kung Fu. Yeah, him and I have gone these same rounds. He's one of the Chinese, he's over China all the time, traditional Chinese martial artists who believes this and that, and we have never agreed. And that's just the way it is. I believe that as long as people foster a system of secrecy, you foster a system of have and have-nots, people who want, and it will create an endless system. I mean, yes, it creates a system where martial artists are always necessary. But I believe as a martial artist, our end goal should be, regardless of how utopian and unattainable it may be, because yes, it may be unattainable in our lifetime, but the groundwork for it has to be laid somewhere. As martial artists, it is our job to bring about the end of the need for self-defense against each other.
And do you believe you have that wisdom and that knowledge? Do you believe that you have that wisdom and that knowledge to teach that?
I believe that I have the wisdom and the knowledge to start.
Okay. So, can I request? I would like you to demonstrate whatever it is the martial art that you do. You can give us a link, but I would like you to demonstrate it for us. You seen what we do. You saw us do some sanukas. Show us what you do. And you can utilize me if you want to come at you any kind of way or anything, whatever you need.
I mean, I steal fundamentally, you asked me, what do you do if somebody grabs your arms?
Yeah, do that.
Remember?
Yeah.
And I said, what are they doing? And you said, they're grabbing your arms. Another issue that we've had. You said that your creed, motto, I'm not sure what, strike first, strike last.
Send me the
Get
show.
off first.
I want to see this.
Get off first, get off first. If you do that, you run the risk of missing an opportunity to have diffused a situation that didn't have to become violent.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So you said if somebody choked the girls and they wouldn't be able to get the choke off, you have to strike first. So for them, you said they wouldn't get the chance to choke them. You would want them to stop it before it gets in. Is that just what's taught, or if the person decides to just go and actually choke them? You want them to wait until the person actually gets their hand on, or you want them to strike?
Well, if they're striking, if they're moving, that's striking first. But this was the example, this was the example he gave.
Which one we doing?
I'm just for the, he said, what if somebody does this? Okay. Now, in a realistic situation, if you have just come up to me with both hands and grabbed one of my hands, I don't need to take you out. I need to figure out what's going on.
What do you mean? Explain.
Okay.
So I'm
Grab.
So if I grab, if I,
Okay, boom.
right.
So, now, you're in a position where you have both your hands on my hand, on one of my arms.
Right.
Now, what could possess you if you're trying to hurt me? What are you going to try to do?
I could be throwing.
You could be, to where? To why? So
I
before
could be
I
dragging.
strike
I could
you,
be dragging. If just say it was one of them, I could be dragging them in the alley to rape them. Show them how to defend themselves from that. I could grab you, just real quick. Just watch. Just give me an example. Look, you walking down the street. Walking down the street. Get over here. That's what it could be used for. I'm gonna pull them into an alley and then rape them. Is that possible?
yes, but see, again,
Show them the
so
defense against
the moment, so if you start pulling, there's tons of defenses
So we're
against
fighting.
it. No, because
You're fighting,
I
you're not
have to
defending.
hang, and we stop. If I would have continued to push,
Continue.
you would have,
Continue.
we,
Walk down the street. No, I'm just gonna grab you.
but, first of all, we're walking down the street. Okay, throw me.
I'm not throwing you. I grabbed you. Get out of it.
Exactly, but why? All you're doing is grabbing me. Let's talk.
No, I'm raping you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Bang! Boom!
You're not stopping.
Round.
You're not stopping
And it's
nothing.
over. This, are you kidding me?
Do it. Let's go. Come on. Do it. And then I'm gonna show you what we would do.
You'll excuse me. It's slim.
I would say to the class, this is my professors show us. You see a struggle? We don't do that. Come on.
Don't do what?
What
What's
you
the
did.
struggle?
I'm gonna show you.
I apologize, I was trying to be respectful. You're not wearing any belts or metal, so I took mine off. If you think that was a struggle, me trying to respect
That's not what I'm
you,
talking about.
then what are you talking about? What are you talking about my new ways?
I'm gonna explain. So if I grab you, two-handed grab, what do you think?
What are you doing?
That's your technique?
What are you doing?
Do the same thing with me.
Should have did that.
Oh. What's the matter?
Nothing.
My point is what, brother?
Yes.
Ah. What you doing?
Because my technique is one of non-violence.
Come on, bro. All right. Grab you this time.
Here's the other problem. And you'll have to forgive me, unfortunately. As much as I didn't want it to happen, as you can tell, I do have a cold. And I do have a lung problem. But one of the issues we're having is we're starting from here instead of starting from here.
You good?
Oh yeah. But again,
This is what I want you to show me. Show me your martial arts. However you want. Show us, let's make it easy. Show us the copy.
let me come.
Both forms. Let's make it simple. So just to clarify, your technique that you would teach people is, if somebody's coming to attack you, be non-violent.
My technique is, again, first and foremost, we train not to be grabbed, not to be touched, to make sure that we're aware of our surroundings, not paying attention, so that we don't start out with somebody with two hands gripped around our neck or around our arm. Strikes are precise. As I told you before, I would tell them, take out their neck, take out their eyes. You saw when you grabbed me. Now we're sparring, so I can't do it. But the first thing I did was go like this. And I'm sorry, but trachea are weak.
You did that while we was talking. When I grabbed you, you didn't do none of that.
No, when we were the first one.
When we were talking, you said, I would do this, this, and this. When we actually went hands-on, you did none of that.
Well,
Why?
because we fought. Listen. In the end, again,
This is my point. You said that all martial arts is crap compared to show me
no,
what you do.
you keep saying I said that, and I never said
You did
that.
say that.
This is what I said, and I will say it again. I have dispensed with the harder styles because I feel that the softer styles are more effective for me.
You cannot perceive the situation of your form. think Grandmaster Larry showed him that he would come and visit. I think that the 100 brings this to our attention. One thing that I've learned from my teacher, legendary Dr. Moses Powell, is that he always respected any system. Where it came from, always respected it. Because people will have different ways of doing different things.
I agree.
And my James Walter Yates, our very first instructor, taught me something that I definitely always remember. He said, you can learn something even from a baby. He said, I went to pick up the mouth his son, David Boy. He said, the mouth poked me in my eye. He said, I went to poke the mouth out the window. He said, because all the years and all the black belts I had no defense against him poking me in the eye. Right? So we can learn something from each other. And if people have different ideas, you know, that's a regular about it. You know, it's to the individual person, and this is what I advise anybody that's learning from any teacher, is look into the validity of the heart of that teacher. Look and see where that teacher is coming from. Look and see if that teacher is valid in teaching. You know, because everybody that takes martial arts, you have people who can teach, but they can't fight and they can't do form. And you have some teachers that can do form, but they can't teach and they can't fight. And then you have some teachers that can do all three of them. Right? But it's what each individual is looking for. I had a person come here. You remember, he trained with, what's his name, Drew?
Sifu Drew.
Yeah, Sifu Drew, right? Now, I didn't totally agree with what I saw, but I respect Sifu Drew, because Sensei Andre told me about him, and we used Sensei Drew, Sifu Drew, to test his skills. And Sifu Drew was skilled level way above Sensei Andre. Now, he wasn't even Sensei then. No.
I think I was a purple belt.
You know, but the thing I'm saying to you, I want you to understand, is that she tried to do her best to represent Sifu Drew. Right? And what I thought, I give her credit because it was her best. You know? So we don't want to go around knocking other systems down. You know, we got enough of that going on in martial arts today, and back in the day, they did the same thing. So we improve. You know, Grandmaster Larry may not agree with anything that I did out there today. You know, hey, y'all, that looks fancy and all that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't do it that way. He has the right to say that. He has the right to his opinion. Right? The proof is not in the pudding. The proof is in eating the pudding. Right? And like Dr. Moses Powell said, when you're out there on the mat, the truth can be told. Right? The truth can be told. So,
Can I say one thing with Grandmaster?
but
We've all been touched by Grandmaster Saifullah. We've been touched by Grandmaster Silky Hassan Khalid. We've been touched by Grandmaster James Sims and different Grandmasters. And the difference is, I just want to say to you, me actually having, if I grab my Grandmaster, when I said, just so to clarify, when I said the struggle, ain't no struggle. We're not doing, what me and you did, we don't do that. What I did with Grandmaster Silky Hassan, Grandmaster James Sims.
Well, I think I told you about the art I'm trying to develop.
Understand my point though? When I touch them, if I just grab them, if I just touch them,
It's over.
what you feel from a Grandmaster, you done immediately.
First-
There is, let me just finish my point, I'm gonna let you talk.
Well, before you do,
There is
I
no-
have to interrupt you.
But
Because
that's
this is something that's
disrespectful,
being
brother.
said.
I'm gonna let you speak, just let me finish. Just let me finish. When I'm touched by a Grandmaster, I know it. Let's go. Every Grandmaster I touch, prior to you, I hit the mat or I submitted, I tapped in 3 to 4 seconds. So I know what that feels like. And everybody here, at least the salute that's been touched by the Grandmaster, you know what that feels like. So I took offense, he's explaining, I took offense when you took the position as to say, you reworded it, but the martial arts compared to however you reworded it is not that good. Because what I felt from Grandmasters, I didn't feel from you.
I'm saying that you have to surpass. Look, I think I kind of remember the comment, and I'm pretty sure I was talking about the MMA as an organization when I said that, and their mix of martial arts is crap. And it is. I don't care what you say.
But just so you know, also, I'm only a 4th degree black belt. I'm nowhere near a Grandmaster.
That's the thing I was going to correct you on, because you came in and told everybody here that I this Grandmaster, blah, blah, blah. He's been calling me a Grandmaster. And I know definitively that I have never once, in the entire time we've spoken, said that I was a Grandmaster.
Hold on.
I said I fought Grandmasters. I said I've beaten Grandmasters.
I asked you what was your rank when I first met you. You said Grandmaster. I can prove
No,
it.
my exact words
I
were.
can prove it.
How?
Watch.
You have it on tape?
I can call, watch this, I can call the person that was standing right next to me and say, what did Larry say when we asked him what was
And
his
if he
rank?
doesn't say that I said that I've beaten Grandmasters, then he's lying.
You beaten Grandmasters?
Yes, I have.
Hold on, I'm just gonna make a phone call.
That I said, I don't have, as I've said several times, I don't have a ranking, but I have
Nothing else I can say. I've seen him beat Grandmasters.
beaten masters and grandmasters.
Grandmasters of
You-
what?
Golden Lotus Kung Fu.
Golden Lotus for starters.
Well, watch this. I'm one of the lowest ranking black belts of Professor Saifallah's black belt. Of his black belts. I'm one of the lowest ranking ones. He didn't come close to beating me.
But we didn't fight.
Well, just in the technique we did. You showed me no technique that would do anything to me.
I saw that he was being very intentionally submissive.
Is that what you do in war?
You should make your wallet and keys, your car keys.
Actually, quite possibly, if you think wallet and car keys are worth anybody's life, either yours or the person who's trying to take them,
Maybe
then
we're
you're safe.
misunderstanding.
Nothing you teach can defend against it.
Brandon,
Hey, what's up, buddy?
real quick. Remember we met Larry on the platform?
Larry.
The martial arts guy, the guy that does the out there doing martial.
Yeah.
When we asked him what was his rank, what did he say?
Grandmaster.
Let me ask you a question. Did I say that I was a Grandmaster, or did I say, well, I've beaten Grandmasters, but I don't have an actual rank?
Let him answer.
We asked you, we said, because you said I'm a Grandmaster. We asked you, what are you a Grandmaster of? And you said, I do my own martial art. And you started explaining. But originally we asked you, what rank are you? And you said, I am a Grandmaster. That's when you questioned me. It was like, I'm a Grandmaster of what martial art? And you went off and you said, well, I did this, I did that, I did this. I started naming out everything you did. And you said that you don't take anything from, you take things from all and make your own.
For starters, I've never used the term grand. I might have said
All right, Brandon,
master,
thank you.
but I've never said grand.
So I never left the room. Let me just say this.
No, yeah,
I never left the room to call this man to tell him what to say. Y'all saw me. He actually said, I just called him. We sat there on the platform, bro. I'm telling you, I asked you, what is your rank? You said, I am a Grandmaster. That's when I wanted to come over, when we did the when we came over, and I did the choking thing on you, right? And when we did the choke, you did this movement. We was doing just what we did here. We struggled. My thing was, when I choked him, Grandmaster, or any other Grandmaster, when I use the word struggle, there is no struggle. They put me down immediately. That was my point. That's all I want to say. That's why we called you Grandmaster Larry. I wasn't being facetious, I wasn't trying to be smart,
And
but
again,
you did tell us you was a Grandmaster.
And I'm saying that there was a mistake because I've never in my life.
So let me ask you this now. So you're saying you're not a Grandmaster?
I am saying that I have beaten Grandmasters. I am saying that I've trained my whole life. I am saying that there is a difference between, and I'm not trying to be any type of way here, but again, there's a difference between, you know, starting with let's do this, or let's just get in the ring and see who comes out on top.
Once again, I think that was coming. It's very educational for me. And I learned something myself. So, thank you for performing the performance.
Was that a form of your martial art? Was that Tai Chi?
That's a form of mine. Whether it's Tai Chi or not, don't know. Specifically, don't. I said Tai Chi based, close to the Tai Chi, but it has my own breath involved, which is the essence. My main art is a breathing art. I teach people how to breathe and live in accordance with their breath.
That's very important. That's very important.
Now, your student, the reason this started is because I work at a job security and I have to take a bus home and I have to stand outside for an hour and a half every day. So instead of wasting time, I train and I do my Tai Chi. And he came over and told me that I shouldn't be doing it in public. And I said, I disagree with you.
That's where this really started.
And that's where it started.
Well, there's some things that we came to disagree upon, some things we came to that we agreed upon. So, you know, we're always in that, as long as we learn how to agree to disagree. That's the most important thing.
I think, first off and foremost, I appreciate you tremendously.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
I think there is a wisdom within you
I hope so.
that I'm glad I came here to see, because, and I mean no offense in this, but I did not see it portrayed in your student. The energy that he portrays versus yours are completely different, which is understandable. You're completely different people.
Oh, that's, you know, when I was at this age, I was, you know, kicking a lot of butt.
But
I had to leave, had to grow up in the other direction.
and I've always been trying to find a way to stop people from kicking butts.
Oh, see, now to see, practice at the
The goal of my art is to find a way to stop people without hurting them, unlike yours, which is to find a way to just stop people. Because if I stop you definitively, if I have indeed put you out of commission, then you're going to be angry and come for revenge. And if I do put you out of commission, then your family's going to want it. So I need to find a way to stop all that nonsense.
Again, if somebody's attacking your daughter, what are you going to teach her to do? Say, please don't hurt me?
Because I've been in a position where like I was near other people, because you said like you can watch your back. But I've been like choked, right?
And what if you willing to be attacked by one of them?
It doesn't have to be me. It could be him.
To be her brother.
I don't preach violence either.
This is your brother?
Yeah.
Brother,
Check this is.
Because you can preach non-violence and that's good, but like when you're attacked, you still have to defend yourself. There's so many sort of points you can preach non-violence. I just personally wanted to know because that's interesting.
No. No. Wait, was he saying to have you fight Ted?
Nah, fine.
No, not fight, just choke.
If let's say she's standing here, I went like this, and I want to see like where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Because I can have this happen to me.
Good question.
Are you?
Like if you're
come here.
Huh? Who said I'm prepared to get hurt today?
you don't have to get hurt.
He's gonna try to do that to you. Let's see what you would do.
Put her in a headlock?
Yeah, don't do it. You don't even have to fight it after that. I just want to see
Just give her,
Just so
basically
God knows.
wants to see a series of moves that you.
Yeah.
that-
Like I wanted one of them to do it, but they don't. I guess I understand touching.
Yeah, I can't do sometimes.
With all due respect, they're Muslims. And
That's what I said. I understand the touching rules. So.
So like,
The other complicated. Just this. Just here. And then I want to see how she gets out of that.
okay.
Or how would you tell her? I don't want to say. I want to say what you would tell her. Because you're not the master.
Start in the headlock.
I guess.
No, he's coming up behind you and.
I say with DJ, I've got to give
What is
that works.
Well, she doesn't have to know anything. I just want to know how you would coach her out of it.
The moment you feel him react, the moment you sense him, do something.
Tell you, all I'm gonna do is.
No, don't tell her what you're gonna do. Your object is to
Well, I'm
come
not
up
gonna do it.
behind
I
her
gotta do
and
this.
show
You're
her.
still.
Casually existing and you come up to
I'm just
put me in a
gonna try.
headlock.
Okay. All right. What would you
All
say?
right,
to do?
stop.
No. I just wanted to know what you would tell her to do. She doesn't have to do anything on her own. I just want you to know what you would tell her to do.
Time typically you strike except for today I touched you. Every other time you would have hit him.
Try to hit, take, do it trying
And
to
this is a
do it trying to hit
really
the
nice. But I understand the situation and this isn't about you.
It's not yet. No, I want to know what you would tell her to do, not what she would do.
So
If
if,
she might not-
if we're supposed to go through it step by step.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is, we don't
So-
practice step by step.
Okay, but do it how you
Like
do it.
that.
Just do it how you do it.
That's what I did the first time.
You would just drop to the ground in a limp
I
position.
tell you, you know me, I'm the type of person.
Do it again.
He started relenting. That isn't all I was gonna do.
No, this time.
So choke and don't let go until she gets you to get off of her.
He started letting go. That's not what I was trying to do.
I let go because it hurts.
Can we get an example?
No, but I want
Can we
you
get
to
an
tell
example?
us what you would
Let me
tell
get an
her
example
to
what
do.
we're talking
Step by step.
Grab him from the back. And you do whatever move you would do to get out. There you go, nice and
So
hard.
congrats, mate. First, I have to release. I have to lower my center of gravity. So I'm planted. He can't like yank me around because I'm planted. Now with elbow and the groin's right here, and that's a sensitive area. So I would strike that, and I would
able
elbow
to elbow him when he had your arm a second ago.
here. I'll show you. When he has me here, and I lower my center of gravity, I grabbed some of his skin. You didn't see that. I have this skin here.
Watch.
It's off. I grabbed his skin is right here, and I grabbed it and lower my center of gravity. He buckles.
Straight back.
He's going down
Sure.
with his skin.
Come see you sit.
I pinched him.
Now finish the move. Now watch this. Don't explain it. Do it. That's what we have to do. Now you show us. That's the nucleus. Then let me just say this. When anybody sees the succession of moves and how it's done, they can say, well, you can let them know. That's the Sanuka's technique. Now, every technique has 1,000 variations. So what we're asking you to do is show us your system, show us
Let me
something.
see that technique.
No,
You don't have to rely on me.
what we're asking, do the same technique on you?
Well, I guess
And
one,
what-
either,
I'm going to grab you.
either I tap out or
I'm going to grab somebody,
I get out.
and I want to see that technique.
You can hit me on my.
So if you grab me,
So you're saying, I mean, you're a little. So you're saying
don't pull it back.
you grab the person. I mean, you're a lot taller.
He's dropping his weight. He's dropping his weight. He's striking, striking, striking. Right? And then he's going here. And then from here, see how you resisting that? It's right there. Just take it out. See that? Now what happened? Let me explain to you what happened. When I went to put him here, he stiffened up. What does Professor teach us?
Change.
Every move- oh, my bad.
No.
Every movement bears what?
1,000 variations.
So when he stiffened up here, I decided to bring the knee here and take his throat out there. That's a variation because you stiffened up. If I couldn't get that on him. That's what we mean. So when we're explaining the system or explaining our techniques, that's how you go about explaining. So what we're asking you to do is from the same movement that I just showed you, show us a rear choke. What's the steps you would use to go out? Get on.
I just want to know what you would say to do. Because you said non-violence, but you can't just non-violence you want something good. Like,
Yeah.
She wanted to know what it would be like if she, like, actually fought me and I had her head left.
Okay.
I'll be asked as a great answer.
Well, wait, I'm not done. Go ahead.
Like, you can do everything, all we're gonna do is just try to keep you in the head lock.
The rear choke. And he wanted to see how I would do it.
Okay. What would you say to do?
She's sleep.
She's asleep. Yeah, you're
She's
asleep.
sleep. She's sleep.
Not,
What we're saying is you're sleep. If he's going, can I say something, Larry?
I stopped thinking about what I'm.
Yeah, you guys.
He's not.
Larry.
He's not.
I'm listening.
He's not pulling
If
me.
there's 3 chokes. There's a blood choke. I'm just explaining it. Can I just say something? There's a blood choke. There's an air choke. There's an impact choke. She's throwing a blood choke on her. All of that time she's gonna pass out.
And he's actually not.
You wanna try to hit it?
No, we're not doing it.
The issue is I feel no threat from the way your whole violence.
Be like aggressive?
I need to think through it.
Give me another variation.
I got a variation.
Give me another variation. Here's another one. Show me some Sanukis. Give me another variation of that. Watch. Good. That's another technique. That's a Sanukas technique.
I think he was trying to make a point.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What was your point?
He said she felt no threat. That is a.
When he choked you, you didn't feel it?
It started out.
Is it because you don't feel threat because of your brother?
It starts out as a strong choke, but then after like 2 or 3 seconds, it's not anymore.
You want me to like...
You got light.
You want me to, because I don't want to actually choke. Do you want me to just like choke you?
No. Listen. What she's saying, when you choked her at first, it probably was strong. But when you start going down the ground with her, her position started to change. And that may have loosened up the strangulation.
I no longer feel in danger in this, even though I might look vulnerable.
Right. So you want to
What
do?
if I do if I do something other than a choke? What if I like go and something?
Look, let me ask you a question. Do you feel that you would have eventually got out of that from down on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
How? Because it took over 4 to 5 seconds and she would have passed out.
He wasn't squeezing that strong.
Okay, well you gotta. Can I say something real? Can I show you something real quick, brother? In here, watch this. Without me even saying something. In here, choke him. Just watch it. No, watch this. Choke him from the front, 2-handed choke. Watch the intensity. Watch it. Stop. You know why we do it like that? Because that's how they do it on the street.
So when you ask us to do,
Hold this real quick. Nobody's gonna come up to you on the street and go,
but
go.
no, Sam.
That's not real. So what we do is we choke the way somebody would really choke on the street. And your job in here is to get out of it. If you can't, you come to
I
sleep.
wasn't a real martial artist.
That prepares you for real situations on the street. You understand?
That the other martial artist, he specifically said, you are not.
Stop. He was choking me for real.
But nobody gets hurt. I understand that violence is where it is.
Listen, he didn't.
Don't have goals.
And I felt mad resistance. He didn't let me do that.
Right.
He didn't let me do it.
He seems
You gotta
to
take
think
it.
that you're wrong, and I think.
And nobody's going to agree or do a technique on anybody how they want it to be done. You gotta do what you gotta do to get out of that technique.
We'll come down to the school and we'll get in there.
Choke the brown belt.
Wait, hold.
Okay. But she said she needs to feel it. You can't.
So you want me to just like...
Listen, can I say something that we say to our class?
If you're coming at me from the front, you're not getting around my throat.
Do the same.
Do the same?
Do the same.
Okay.
Oh, look,
not to the guys.
Okay.
Come this way. No. No, this is right there.
Y'all work
There you go.
like this,
We spend almost all of our time.
like that.
I'm gonna trust you.
We spend almost
Choker.
spar. This is gonna run technique in the end. Doesn't really matter all that much. Tell ya. Hey guys, here's what I want you to do. Stop pretending you're brother and sister for a second and start taking people out the way I taught you.
So we just like hit it?
Yeah.
Take them out.
Okay.
Would you feel more comfortable doing it with me?
I feel promised. I spotlight. I was not expecting to be on the mat.
Would you like to do it with me?
So go ahead.
I cannot beat this man in the slightest.
Who's choking who? All right, y'all, let's see. They can right do it. Who's choking who?
Don,
Choking you? Am I choking you?
I know I can't get out of it.
But that's the whole. That's
Hold, stop.
You want me to do it?
Now, you saw me get him off me with 2 fingers. Is that, wait, is that because of my size?
For me, when I try to move him like that, nothing.
2 fingers. What did my size have to do with it?
You guys, from what I say, you guys are equal.
It was technique.
My arms, I'm not struggling up there.
You want to explain it to us?
I've given it many shots. I've given it many.
Come. Face him. He's one too. Okay, I'll tell you this. Now, breathe. Just breathe. Let's breathe. Now, set this leg straight. That. Turn your front to the side. Thank you very much.
That's a real simple way. Do what he told you to do. Step back, turn. How simple was that? But the first thing you said was what? You ain't allowed to say that in here. What did you say? What did you say?
I said I was going to do it.
You said I can't.
What's the first thing you did? The first thing I told you to do? Breathe. That's right. You're not panic. Right? Somebody attack you, you can't afford to panic.
Instead of panic, I'm just not going to know what to do.
That's right. So you breathe.
Quickest way to lose.
You breathe. And then you take control of the person that's trying to attack you. Yeah? And I'm pretty sure, I'm only telling you what your instructor already told you. But sometimes you panic and you forget things to be important.
Yeah. I've heard that many times.
All right, we good?